and welcome to the Coon Rapids Ice Center for CTN's live coverage of girls high school hockey. It's a section rivalry early in the season as the River Cities Blades welcome the Riverhawks from North Wright County. Joe Yund, Howie Shapiro, and Jerry Grant. And guys, this is a matchup over the last couple of years that has become a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, they've been very competitive games. And I remember 2 years ago when we had a barn burner here, went down to the wire. They scored a couple goals, the Hawks, in the second period, and then the game got real competitive at the end. And Howie, that series is pretty close right now.
Well, this is an important game for the Blades. They know they want to come in here, and they feel that this is an important win for them. So, I think the key for Coach Gutty was keep the intensity that you had when you played Spring Lake Park Centennial. Bring it into every game, but they have to bring it in here tonight.
Yeah, especially after a loss last week to Roseville Matamidi, also in the section. They really are in a position where they need to kind of win out to ensure a higher seed come section time. On the flip side, North Wright County currently sitting a step ahead of them in the QRF rankings, not yet mentioned in the rankings as far as Let's Play Hockey is concerned, but Howie, they have some players that can get the job done.
Yeah, one of those players is Lexi Shum. She's a junior assistant captain, and she's really a leader on the ice, guys, and goal and 3 assists on the season so far, but it's not necessarily about those offensive numbers. It's about her being a solid defender and really, supporting her teammates. And Jerry, I know you'll find this interesting. She's committed to Stonehill University to go play hockey at the next level.
How about that? Good for her. That's always good to go to the next level.
And she has played well against the River City Hawks, or the River Cities Blades historically. She's got a couple of goals over the last couple of contests. On the flip side, Kylie Oswego has been a stalwart on the blue line for this squad for the last 4 years. Finally got off the schneid scoring-wise a couple of games ago, and boy, has she lit the lamp. 5 goals in her last 2 games, Jerry.
Yeah, I was going to say that. She has 5 goals. And when you get 5 goals in the last 2 games from a defender, that is a bonus because she can jump in the rush, she can play good defense, and she's finding a way to pick her spots, and that's very important. Know when to go, when to stay back, and then support that offense when you can, and when she does, she's very dangerous.
Yeah, and those 2 goals in the last contest was 2 of the 3 they got against Centennial Spring Lake Park, who is currently top 5 in the state of Minnesota. And the Blades have shown throughout the season they have the ability to step up against those top-ranked teams, but can they keep, as Howie talked about, that intensity when the competition on the other bench isn't quite at that level?
Yeah, well, every game you have to come out and play it just like you're playing Centennial. If you're going to get better every game, you have to put the intensity in, put the work, play your systems, and do a good job for that, Howie.
Yeah, and the one thing Coach Gutty said, we're 4 and 5, but he really likes where they are and the direction they're heading. So they've got some big games coming up, throughout this month and into January. But the time will tell. But they're pretty excited about where they are, even though the record isn't over 500 at this point.
Game 10 of the season, they pretty much traded wins for losses all year long. They're coming off a loss. That means it's time to get back on the winning track. The Blades and the Hawks drop the puck next on CTN. Back at the creek, just about ready to drop the puck between the Riverhawks and the Blades. Right now, the Riverhawks sitting in 5th place in the Section 5 AA brackets on MinnesotaScores.net. River City's just behind them in 6th place, 28th to 32nd overall in the QRF. But as I mentioned, the Let's Play Hockey rankings, the Blades have been mid-teens pretty much all season long, and they have really played so well against some of those top-level teams that they've faced so far. They got Minnetonka on the very close horizon. They'll be facing off against the Skippers next Saturday.
Yeah, it's a good hockey team.
That'll be a test for sure.
Good step up at the line to keep the puck in Riverhawks territory. Reversed behind by Fluharty. Back with it is Heckendorf. Charlotte Heckendorf factoring in nicely for their scoring early in the season. Just a sophomore. She's second on the team with 7 points. A turnover down low. Lindquist couldn't quite reel it in. Trying to recover is Piper Peterson. She's able to get the handle, play it all the way down. Icing waved off as it was touched by a River City's player. Quickly indirect down the boards. Semling couldn't reel it in. Hernandez takes it behind. Her pass out of the reach of Ringett on the far side. River Cities turns it around quickly. Swept back in deep by Bella Lindquist. First one there, June Semling, but unable to win the puck. Shum able to sweep it away. Pops out to center. Put back in by Alphen. Turning with it is Brommer. Plays it to the other end. Lexi Solomon quickly across for Alphen. Passed ahead, deflected into the zone by Semling. Semling in on Shum. Shum turns away, leaves it for Heckendorf. Heckendorf skates behind the net. Gets past the poke check attempt from Anderson. Gets out to center, still with it. Stays on top of it, battling through a bunch of blue jerseys. Plays it down into the corner and gives chase. Tied up there by Oswego.
A good pace so far. Both teams moving the puck.
Olivia Reed joins the fray for the home squad. Pinned along the boards. Oswego able to kick it free and will start to skate. And then the pass crossed up with Pitson a little bit. Oswego carries into the zone. Tipped off her stick. Recovered by Anderson. Sweeps it toward the front. Nobody there in a blue jersey, but then Anderson able to win it back. Played across the top of the blue paint. Olivia Reed trying to get around Shum. Hawks able to break it out. Heckendorf with speed through center. Gets to the blue line, dumps it in. They are desperate for a line change. That pass did not click behind Easton. Back at her own blue line is Paula Hernandez. Up the boards. Larson couldn't get it in. Second chance does. Bernovic lets it go behind. Alphen able to skate almost to center, and then her pass hit a skate and bounced right back in. Olivia Pitson got it to Bowden. Tessa Bowden across the red line. Gets around the corner, tried to pass back door. Had Pitson there. This one fired back in and wide by Solomon. Played back out to center and nearly too many players, and Bernovic wisely let it go. She jumps back on the puck. Sydney Bernovic has thrived against the Riverhawks in her career. Plays it out front, a top shelf goal for June Semling.
Yeah, Semling was right out in front, and just a beautiful feed, and she made Sale count. Be accountable for where she was, and she was able to put it past her. Just a really sweet goal.
Well, Bernovic made that happen. She was alone. She came in, used her time, stayed wide. They decided not to challenge her on the wide end of the rink. Able to get around the net, use that, and Semling jumped into the soft spot and got the pass and tucked it in. Nice shot to the corner.
Yep. Goal number 7. One of the keys, guys, we'll talk about. I have a laundry list of keys from Coach Gutty. Fast start it was one on that list, and they certainly did. They got a goal here early on in the first period.
Well, a big win for River Cities in the matchup last year. Here's an opportunity back the other way. Piper Peterson cuts to the front on the backhand. Semling able to get a pad on it. Peterson ridden off it in the corner by Semling. Played back around. Lindquist fires it ahead. Too much on it, and that's going to get all the way down for icing.
Well, the most important time after a goal, Howie, is the first 30 seconds.
Yeah,
or so,
absolutely.
And they almost let the Hawks get right back in the game with a goal with a little bit of a defensive miscue there.
Oh, there's head coach Kaylee Bean. Joe and I had a nice conversation with her before this game started.
Yeah.
And she's pretty excited. And we talked about how this team's history of playing games close.
Right.
Yeah, it's 2-2 the all-time series. The first ever contest between the two was back in 21-22 section quarterfinal. A 1-0 win by SLPCR, or CPCR at the time, now River Cities.
Yeah.
The one goal scored by Kennedy, and that's going to be a trip, as reaching back for it was Olivia Reed. But Kennedy Bolander scored the one goal for Molly Terabeza and Kaylee Scott. All three went on to play sports at the next level. Bolander played or is playing lacrosse. The other two still playing college hockey. And since then, Bernovic has scored at least one each and every contest. The last 3 seasons of her high school career, she scored at least one against North Wright County, including 2 goals, 3 assists last year in the 7-4 win. Nice setup in the middle, but Heckendorf handcuffed just a little bit, just got the heel of the stick on it and sent it wide. Semling scored 3 and had 3 helpers in that 7-4 win. That was the highest scoring meeting between the two in their 4 matchups so far. With speed out of the back end, bring it into the zone, tipped away and cleared the line, but not out. Pass out front, deflected, and a goal. And this one's even on the power play tally for North Wright County.
Yeah, guys, I was just going to say how special teams are going to be important tonight, and you saw a payoff there for North Wright County, getting a power play goal and an opportunity to just tie this one up. And you know, you can't afford to give those penalties up in this game, because both teams can make you pay.
Well, you see here, they moved the puck around real nice, had presence in front of the net, and I was able to get a stick on that as it came across. And that's how you do it. Move it around, get people out of position, and when you put the traffic in front of the net.
And put the puck right on your teammate's, right in front so your teammate can poke it in.
So ring it to Heckendorf for the goal. Heckendorf picking up her 4th of the season, now tied with 8 points for the team lead. Not a bad start to her sophomore campaign.
No.
And this is a big one, getting them back even.
Yep, it was.
With River Cities.
Yeah, River Cities needs to get into a flow a little bit. They're making a few mistakes, getting offside and doing things like that. Just have to settle down, get back into the flow of their game, which is down here, pressure.
Yeah, pressure and press the net. Quality shots in the house.
Hernandez sends it around, able to sidestep a stick check was Brommer, get it out to center. Attacking 2v3, the numbers win for River Cities.
Yeah, good back check by Bowden there.
Back in her own zone, Brummer plays it off the near boards, stepping up on it is Alphen. Taken away by Larson. She's tracked into the defensive end by Bella Lindquist. Spins the defender down, but no penalty called. Puck comes back to Lindquist, trying to shovel it out front. Bernovic there to support. Comes away with it. Was looking for June up at the top of the circles. Taken away by Larson, who skates to center. Gets around Alphen into the zone. Shot deflected off a defender's stick into the far corner. There for it is Lindquist. Can't get it out on the backhand. Long one comes in. And Bernovic couldn't cover it. Ends up in the corner. And another dump to the blue line that has not been very typical for this team to this point in the season that we've seen. And that's the kind of play can get you in trouble, feeding the other team's blue line.
Well, when you allow them to get their forecheck set up and get you running around a little bit, you're not finding open players to come out of that zone as a unit. That gets to be a problem.
North Wright County has won their last 2 contests. Before that, a 4-game losing streak, but all 4 are top 20 teams.
Yeah, they're in a tough conference. The late.
Semling gets it ahead, gets away from Lindquist, and then she's cut off by Morgan Fitch. Little give and go. Fitch has it into the zone. Leaves one. That one's Deflected off the post and in. The goal's going to go to Taylin Tollefson.
Wow.
And North Wright County has a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, it looks like it went off a defender's
It did, I
shin
think.
pad, and
Yep.
it took a funny bounce, and that's a tough one to save.
Yeah, not much Bernovic can do in goal on a situation like that, because you're right. I think it was deflected, but all of a sudden now you're on the road as North Wright County, and you've got a 2-1 lead. Granted, it's early in this contest.
Yeah, well, you know, they're open players. The trailer's open there.
Yep.
Have a nice shot on goal, and you'd have to back check, fill the back lane, and start covering those people.
Well, and it all starts with Morgan Fitch on the little give-and-go entry with speed. Oswego had to respect that. She drops it off. Quick shot. Oswego got just a piece of it. It went off her shin pad, off the post and in.
Yeah.
And just like that, North Wright County has the lead. They're out shooting the Blades 4-2.
Yeah, they're just
And they have all the momentum midway through this first period.
they're just getting out of their zone way too easy.
Shum puts it in on goal. Bernovic saves to the corner. Shum has scored a couple of goals in this rivalry over the years as well.
Yeah, she's a good player. She's quality, for sure.
Blades won the first and last matchups between the two. North Wright County, 2 wins in between.
No, and North Wright County is recognizing that, and they want to change the script.
Well, the Blades just have to realize this is early in this game, and they can't press, even though they're down 2-1. They're being outplayed early on. They just have to play their game, play disciplined hockey, and you know, just do what they do.
Yeah, use their speed.
Yep.
Easton's shot turned to the corner by the stick of Sale. Recovered there by Anna Pitson. Bowden comes away from the scrum with it. Circles, looking for room, trying to feed out front. That was denied. She's tied up along the end line. 4 players poking and prodding at it. Bowden comes away with it off the boards. Oswego tried to direct toward the net. Didn't get through as Ringett tried to escape back out, but sent back in deep by Oswego. Centering attempt by Bowden. Puck still loose in the slot. Bowden couldn't get the handle on it, and back the other way comes Tollefson. Fresh off of her goal that puts her team up 2-1. She leads the charge into the zone. Now recovers, tries to center. That's stopped up by the skates of Tessa Bowden. Rushing the other way is Callie Alphin. Alphin into the zone. Will just fire it in on goal, and Sale will hold on. Fortunate for River Cities, because they were dead tired. And getting a line change, that was mostly just a dump in to protect their line change. And would have been an opportunity for Sale, but she said, you know what, let's get everybody set, make sure everybody's on the same page. Patience can be important when you have a lead over a section rival. That one went off of the skate of June Semling, back out to center. Alphin recovers in her own zone, plays it back to space near side. Semling skates in, trying to cut out front. Shum sweeps it away from her and then ties up there. Larson fires it around on the backhand, poking at it and getting it back in deep. Lexi Solomon. Shum and Semling again in the near corner, and now North Wright County plays it all the way down, just out of the reach of Oswego, and that will be icing. A face-off in the Riverhawks zone. 6:35 to go in period number 1.
Well, Semling has a friend today, Howie. Shum is her buddy for the game.
Yep. Well, you know, Coach Bean said we know who we need to make sure that we not allow score, although June had that first goal on a beautiful shot.
Shot from the point, deflected out front by Bernovic. She recovers along the end boards, gets it back out to the point. Cross ice pass was broken up. Semling then knocked it away from Heckendorf, recovered by Larson. She weaves her way through center into the zone, pressured from Bernovic. Coming from behind, puck comes loose and sent right back ahead for Semling into the zone. Bernovic shoots, and the save and cover for Sale.
Yeah, those are the 2 players that North Wright County have to keep an eye on, obviously, and a beautiful give and go on that one. And Bernovic put it just right in the breadbasket of Sale. And easy save.
Yep. Sale had a nice angle. She comes out here, top of her blue paint. And
looking to get it under the arm on the far side. Alphin sends it down and around. Anna Pitson behind, backhanded out front. Tipped away from Bowden. Alphin gets it back to her on the midboards. Up top, Sullivan. Across, Alford. Off the head of Sale, a backhander by Bowden up and over the bar.
They had an opportunity with Sale being down.
Well, and that one stunned her, got her right between the eyes. Caitlin Easton pokes it back in deep, swung around by Sobraski. And the Riverhawks fine just throwing it the length of the ice to get off.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the Pittston Easton Bowden line has caused some problems right now, and they're getting a good matchup, so they just have to take advantage of it and try to get that next goal. Sometimes you get matchups, Holly, that you like, and right now that line is having a good time against the one they're matched with. Just too bad Tessa got a little bit under that and got her stick out in front of her a little too much and then lifted it too high.
Yeah, great, just a great opportunity for her. And
well, she knew that the top part of the net was open.
It was.
Get a little excited, eyes get a little big, and dug a little deep.
That's okay, getting the opportunities.
Lindquist tied up along the end boards. Bernovic trying to dig it out. Poke free. Bernovic wins it back off the stick of Ringett. Trying to work out front. Turnaround shot to goal for Bella Lindquist. She walked onto a loose puck, turned and rifled it top shelf.
Yeah, big answer, guys. That was huge for the Blades. Now out shooting North Wright County 10-5.
Well, it all started again with the forecheck, and that's where this team gets their money's worth, is when they're able to pin the other team down with their skill and speed. They're able to find open players walking into those soft spots, and what you'll see here is a good, quick turn and shot, and that's what they need to keep doing.
It's goal number 4 of the season for Bella.
And with it, she becomes the 4th Blades player with double-digit points on the season. They're going to get right back on the forecheck. Keswigan sends it in. Here's Semling, a shot, rebound is loose. And it was Shum tying up Lindquist just before she poked home a rebound into an empty net. Sale wasn't sure where it was. Lindquist at center, waiting for some traffic to clear. Across for Eswegan, and handcuffed her a bit. Semling recovers off the boards, but runs into Larson and Heckendorf. Heckendorf, a little give and go. She'll enter the zone down the left wing. Getting wide on Solomon. Circles, looking for help. Plays it back to the line, and too far. Hernandez a little late coming in on that line change, and it's going to be offside.
Well, I love the look on that last one. Semling looked to her right, and I think she made Sale think that she was going to pass, and then she took the shot. Unfortunately, she didn't get the goal, but I thought that was just a really smart play.
The old look off, Howie. Don't want the goalie to see where your eyes are going.
Yep.
Hawks get the zone. Blades able to turn it right back out. Sent in deep. Bernovic leaves it there for Alfin. She's got a stick up in her business, ends up tossing in the corner, centering pass. Only blue jerseys in the slot, well defended. And then, that's not how you want it. Tellison just sent it 180 feet the wrong direction.
And
cleared the zone for her opponent, and not just past her defender, but all the way back to the defensive end.
And now they're having a hard time getting it out.
And that will be icing.
Well, they're settling in a little better here. Had a couple of rough minutes there, but now they're in a little better flow here, the Blades.
You know, we talked about intensity, and Coach Gutterman wanted that. I think when they went down 2-1, they were lacking some of that intensity. I think they picked it up, and now you're seeing them out shooting them 11-5, and then getting that second goal. I think that intensity level came back to them a little bit there.
Numbers wins the faceoff in the offensive zone. Pitson sends it down. Easton gets stick check. Still battling. Pitson able to play it back out to the point. Shot from the point. Deflected, and a big toe save for Sale. Anna Pitson sends it back down deep.
Yeah, good structure on the forecheck by this unit. They're doing their job.
Eswegan disrupting at the red line. Bowden back in. Looking for room on her backhand. Left it off. Sent back in deep by Pitson. Rejected, but held at the line. Solomon sends it, deflects out front, comes in on Sale, and she says, I think I've seen enough.
Yeah. Yeah, he said this line here is really doing a nice job.
Coach Bean talked about Sale, and this is her first year starting at varsity and how well she has performed over the years. And she's been big for them so far this year, playing the majority of minutes.
Yep.
Tie up on the draw, comes loose to North Wright County. River City's able to send it back in deep. Circling behind was Fluharty. She'll get it back in the near corner. Looks up ice, instead goes behind for her partner Hernandez. Hernandez up the middle, that one didn't click. Sent right back to the corner for Brnovic. Great look from Alphen. Down deep, it's poked away from Bella Lindquist. Brnovic can't keep it in, far side, waiting. Numbers, bodies swarming to the puck. Solomon, top of the circle, stops up. Lindquist is shot. Sale had a little bit of trouble handling it. Clear attempt taken away by Brnovic. Here's Lindquist is shot, knocked down with the glove of Sale. They'll play it around to the far side. And right back in behind Hernandez.
The pressure is causing the problems, leading to good shots.
Hernandez just going to play it hard off the far boards. Good angle, so they're not going to get icing, but they just have enough room to get everybody changed out. Fortunately for them, River City's also getting some fresh troops on the ice. Hernandez still out there, though, looking long, and that one will bounce in front of Heckendorf. She'll get to it and avoid icing. Turns, looks, centers. That's broken up by Easton. Olivia Reed, or not Olivia Reed, that's Anna Pitson getting into
in the first period.
Easton, who swept it out to center under a minute to go in this first period. Pass behind Larson on the entry. It would have been offside, but instead it's a misfired pass by the home squad, and it's icing.
Well, you had a freebie there. You had delayed offside. Just got to take your time, look for the right pass. And instead, you get a draw on your own end with 48 seconds left.
I knew coming in I was interested to see sophomore Charlotte Heckendorf because she's a sophomore and she's one of their leading scorers. But I think what's impressed me most is that patience, the awareness to go draw them to the corner, take a look, and look for that second level of attack coming in. We've seen it one time. She fed a defender coming in that was just not quite fully onto the ice, and it ended up being an offside. And the last time it was cut off, but good hockey IQ from a young player. Here's an opportunity for Semling. Semling blows around the defense. Top shelf, short side, and a 3-2 lead for the home team with 30 seconds left in the period.
Well, June was able to not only use her speed, but her power. She's able to get that shoulder inside that defender, and once she got that, it was all over because she was able to cut to the net and then short side her. Watch this nice move. She just gets that shoulder, leans in, she's around her, and goaltender gave it to her. She took it. Nice goal.
Yeah, you can't underestimate her speed.
No.
And if you let her get the corner, she's going to score more often than not coming in on a goaltender like that.
Oh, good for her. It was a nice play.
Her second of the game, and Oswego chased back into her own end. To Pitson, long pass ahead, looking to stretch it out for Brnovic. She got a touch on it, so no icing. Tried to center, but staying with her was Hernandez. As if she leaves it out and lets June walk into a slapper, that could have been very dangerous before you get to the break.
Yeah, it would have been another goal more than likely. Good response by the Blades. After they went down there, they picked their game up. Their forecheck really started to work. That second unit was really doing a nice job putting that pressure on the Hawks, and it played off, and 2 goals to get ahead.
They go to the locker room with a 1-goal lead. Down on the bench with Blades head coach Todd Gutterman is our Howie Shapiro.
Thanks, Joe. Coach, some of the things we talked about, one was intensity, and I thought that maybe lacked a little bit after you gave up that second goal, but I love the response from your girls, and then that late goal to end the period.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little disappointing period overall. We finished strong.
we're late on our rotation on that power play. We got to be better on the PK. You know, we're aggressive. We talk about it. If you're late on your rotations when you're aggressive, you give up goals like that. And then my D's gap's not real good right now. We got to tighten up the gap, and our forwards got to back check harder to help them out.
So tell me some of the things you liked in that first period.
You know, we talked about getting pucks to the net. When we started getting pucks to the net, there's a lot of loose pucks there. So we just got to get hungrier, but we're doing a good job. I mean, shots are 15-5 right now. It's a 3-2 game, so we just got to play the rest the way we finished that period.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second. We're going to take a break and break down that first period right after this. Okay, I have a couple good ones for you, Joe. How do football players stay cool? By standing next to the fans. What kind of tea do football players drink? Penalty. Why can't you play football with pigs? Because they hog the ball.
Back at the Crick, River City's Blades get to the locker room with a 3-2 lead. June Semling started the scoring. She finished the scoring in that period, but some ups and downs really for both teams throughout the first 17.
Well, I thought we had a new player with you. Where'd she come from?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Monty Python with the lemmings.
So great feed from Bernovic. Semling gets her head up, goes top shelf. But a good answer from River Cities, and then they're able to get on a power play and extend their lead. And that's, or get their lead, I should say. And that's big, but then after that, at that point, they led in shots on goal 5-3. River Cities had the last 12 shots of the first period, including that one. You just can't let June Semling walk the corner like that. No goalie is going to really have a chance.
No, not at all. And Howie, you know, those 15 shots, how many were in the house?
8.
Close, 7.
7. I was going to say 7 at first.
That's pretty good when half your shots are in the house in the first period for the Blades.
Well, you know, when we talked to Coach Getty, when he was kind of giving the impression, he didn't like a lot what he saw, even though he's up 3-2. And so I was going to ask him what's the word message to the girls, but he already kind of answered that. And so I wanted to see what he liked in that first period. And that's getting shots at the house and getting shots on net, and that's what they did.
Well, and again, we go back to the way that they played. We saw game one against Centennial Spring Lake Park. The emotion, the effort level that they had in that contest, maybe back off a little bit on the physicality, which was not called in the one that we saw, but was called last week to the tune of 15 penalties or something
like that
between the two teams. But bring that intensity level to every game.
Well, yeah, and they have to. I mean, it doesn't matter who your opponent is. They have to play with that intensity level because you just don't know who's going to maybe take advantage of you and put a couple goals in, and all of a sudden you're playing from behind.
Yeah, well, especially when you're playing against section opponents. You have to show them that next time we play, we're coming after you, and this is how we're going to play hard and fast.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the Blades are looking for a top 3 seed come section time, and they know they still have a lot of games ahead of them, but they lost 2 very close games to Centennial Spring Lake Park, a team that is likely going to be the number 1 seed, almost guaranteed. And then they lost another tight game to Maple Grove, who is most likely going to be the number 2 seed. That loss to Roseville Matamidi stung them a bit, but they've got an opportunity here. They've still got a couple more ahead of them before the end of the year and to make their case at the end to be number 3.
Hey, it's only December, Howie.
I was going to say, there's a lot of season left. Anything can happen, quite obviously.
Well, and can they keep the intensity up? That is the big question.
That is the question. That's right. They
period
found it.
Number 2.
Yep, they found it.
Sydney Bernovic, I'm calling it. Sydney Bernovic is going to score in this period.
Well, good.
She got at least 1 assist in that first period.
Yeah, well, she makes things happen. She made Semling's first goal happen, Joe, by carrying that puck in all alone while they're making the line change. And Semling came off the bench and found the soft spot.
So last year she had 2 goals, 3 assists. The year before that she scored. So did Tessa Bowden. They lost that game 4-2. And then as a freshman, they ended up losing in overtime out at Moose Sherritt. Howie, and you remember that one? We were on the road for that one.
We were on the road for that one, but
I want to say that was like a season opener even, early in the year. Could be right. Semling picks off a pass, circles top, looks down, throws one just wide, bounces out front. A backhander by Bernovic is into the net, and just like that, Joe is a soothsayer.
I was going to
25 seconds in.
I was going to buy you a Coke if she scored, but it's too bad I didn't get that out before the period started. But a big goal and a tough one to give up for North Wright County here early in the second period.
Do it anyhow, Howie. I mean, give the guy a break. Come on.
Well, this is just an unfortunate bounce for Sale. Hard off the backboards. She watches it go by, and it's right to Bernovic. I think it was a defender that got, maybe Shum that got a piece of it. A couple of sticks came shooting out, and it skipped up and over. And Sale's given up 4 goals on 16 shots, but she hasn't had much chance at any of those 4 goals.
No.
They got 3 that have been absolute top shelf snipes.
Yep.
Both from Semling, and then also the Bella Lindquist turnaround shot that was in and out before Sale even saw it. And then this one just deflected 10 feet in front, hopped up and over, and not much she could do. And just like that, a 2-goal lead for the home team, and they're strong on the forecheck with that second unit out there, keeping them tired. Hernandez behind her own net, takes a look, will skate. And she will be able to exit the zone. Flips it in and gives chase. Oswego rubbing her off along that end board. Easton can't get it out. Peterson holds at the line for North Wright County. Back in the corner, Oswego takes a look. Will send it back for Avery Anderson. Her pass ahead, one touch from Bowden to Easton. Chops her way into the zone. Bowden grabs the bouncing puck, plays it into the blue paint. Comes loose, comes out, and then played out to center. Heckendorf able to win the battle, and then she's going to get tripped up, and Bowden is going to the box.
We saw a similar penalty on the Blades in that first period.
I think it was Heckendorf that
got
drew
tripped
that
up.
penalty
Yep.
as well. Actually, she scored the power play goal that tied the game. I said incorrectly. They took the lead on the.
Correct.
A nice cut across, and when she did that, the stick got in the lane and down the goal. We'll see if they can do the rotation right, Howie, on this penalty kill.
Well, now this is where special teams obviously is important. You've got a 2-goal lead. You've really kind of taken the momentum over.
Pitson trying to work it out of traffic, got it to Bernovic. She fires it all the way down, and Semling gives chase. And an aggressive penalty kill has kind of been the calling card of the Gutterman team since he came. And that forecheck, Bernovic gets tripped up, and we're going to play 4-on-4 for the next minute 39 seconds.
And that's what the aggression does. Puts the pressure on the defense, and they're in a bad situation and leans out with the leg and trips her, and it's a penalty.
Well, and the last thing on out trailing 4-2 is you do not want to give up a shorthanded goal either, especially, we've got that power out there.
Well, it wouldn't be a short-handed goal.
And now we get 4-on-4, but before that, yeah.
No,
but yeah,
that,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'll figure this whole speaking thing out sooner or later.
Maybe listening things.
That too. Solomon's shot from the point, deflected, ends up just wide and into the corner, out to Oswego. Plays it across, walking in Bernovic. Her shot right into the midsection of Sale, recovered by Shum. Shum pressured, spins away. Oh, this is Shum. That was Larson who spun. Shum dancing at the other end and gets a shot in tight. Clear attempt, taken away by Peterson. A shot that Bernovic saves and holds.
Yeah, a little bit of a turnover problem there. A couple of those led to a couple good chances by the Hawks, but good saves.
Blades freshman goaltender, Elin Bernovic, has Had a nice start to her career. She took a heavy hit there at the end as she had it clearly. She gets it off the face-off and we'll hold on.
Well, I talked to Gutty about, how's this whole rotation with the goalies working out, and he's really thinking that it's been working out really, really well. Those two goalies have each other's backs. They're really good friends, and they're cheerleaders for each other, and I think that's what's really important when you're splitting time like that in a crucial position.
That pass just out of the reach of Easton at the top of the zone will lead to a icing call.
Yeah, because you need both goalies. We've seen in years past where a goalie will get hurt. Like Wastro last year was out for a number of games, and Lund came in and did a good job.
And Grace did do a really nice job last year.
Face-off win for the Riverhawks. Shot from the point. Hit Peterson out front, deflected into the corner. Solomon will leave it back behind. Oswego takes a look. She will skate out of the reach of the stick check from Peterson. Gains some speed through center. Pushed back out to center. Solomon sends it down and around. Larson tied up at the corner by Lindquist. Coming away with it is Easton. Easton, quick shot, save made into the corner. Bowden's penalty will end in a very short 21-second power play for River Cities. Alphen off the boards. Semling just sweeps it in and then gives chase. She'll get there first behind the net. Kind of lost it in her skates. We'll play it back to the point. Pitson through traffic off the pads of Sale and recovered by Bernovic. They will get a shot on their very short 20-second power play, their first power play of the contest. Bernovic holds off a couple of sticks, sends it in deep. Semling had it poked past her. Holding along the near boards is Olivia Pitson, sends it in. Behind the net, Brummer will get it back from Hernandez. Hopped over her stick, had to recover. That pass didn't work. Out front to Semling, and fortunate for the Hawks that she wasn't able to settle that down a little easier. Pitson's shot is blocked. Back the other way comes Lawrence. Tried to pass up front. That was tied up and then sent it towards Heckendorf, and it bounced through her legs. That one deflected off a defender's skate and almost led to a wide open look for Kendall Ringett. Bernovic will fire it back in deep. Fluharty plays it around behind. Hernandez goes cross ice, bounces out to center, gets away from Solomon, recovered by Oswego. Ringett chases her behind the net. That pass was behind Avery Anderson. Sent down and around by Hernandez. Oswego back to the near side. Anderson's pass out of the reach of Morgan Johnson. Johnson drops it off. The shot was blocked, comes back to Olivia Reed. Her shot then denied by Sale as Anderson had been knocked down at the top of the crease. This one just played out to center. Hustling on it is Caitlin Easton. Able to get around the defender, played it to the top of the blue paint, and Anna Pitson just couldn't get the redirection. Kick free in the near corner by DeSheen. Covering now Morgan Fitch. She's bumped off and played out front. Bowden couldn't get much on it. It's covered by Sale, and they'll face off in the North Wright County end with 10:23 to go in period number 2.
I'll tell you what, when that line's out there, Howie, they're causing havoc in the offensive zone with their forecheck. They're hard on the puck. They're doing a good job tying up sticks, winning battles. And when you do that, these are the kind of things that happen. You get good opportunities.
Well, again, shots on net. That's what Coach Gutty talked about. That's one of the things that he said we have to do the most. We've got to get opportunities, and then we have to finish.
Peterson tried to dump it in, but it was stopped up, sent across by Alphen. Played back out to center. Bowden played it in, would be offside. Hernandez's pass knocked away from Larson. They're still able to get it into the zone. Easton recovers. That pass into the skates of Peterson. Bowden trying to poke it into the zone around her. Peterson can't get it up the boards. Played in on goal by Easton. Riverhawks breaking out the middle. Piper Peterson was cut off there by Olivia Pitson. A lot of P's in that sentence.
P's, yeah. Good thing you didn't add the word puck.
Paula Hernandez able to get it out to center. Heckendorf waiting for it at the blue line. Stops up, looking for help. Blue jersey swarm. Kept loose to Piper Peterson. Larson just trying to sweep it in deep. Alphen takes a look. Near side, Bernovic with speed down the right wing. Gets around the stick check, tried to center, but nobody home. They were completing the line change. Lindquist had it slip under her stick, kept in at the line by Oswego. Knocked away from Bernovic. Bernovic gets it again and sweeps it in deep. Here comes the forecheck from that top line of River Cities. Semling had to make sure she kept the lines. Sends it into the far corner. And now gets it back from Bella Lindquist. Circles her pass. Broken up by Shum. Played back behind and trying to come out of the corner. Had it knocked away, but held there by Oswego. Can't get it through the defender. Now played out to center. Semling waits at her own blue line. Bernovic right back in on the attack. Bernovic in tight and a save for Sale. She'll hold for the faceoff just over midway through period number 2.
Well, Coach Gutty's got to be happy with that pressure, Howie.
Yeah, absolutely. Bernovic did a really nice job. And using her speed to get around the defender and getting a good opportunity on a shot on goal.
Yeah, it was just all good hard work again, able to just pressure the puck. When you do that, good things happen, Joe. People get a little nervous and they'll turn it over.
No
Alpha
question.
will send this one in deep. Pitson can't get there, but Easton holds at the hash marks. Continues to battle. We've got a player down for North Wright County in the corner. And that will bring the whistle as they gain possession. That's Paula Hernandez.
Yeah, hopefully she's okay.
Some kind of a collision happened there just out of the scrum.
I didn't see what happened, but
Jeremy
Shepard's coming out. Take a look at her. We hope she's okay.
Sydney Bernovic with the goal at the beginning of this period, has at least a goal and an assist in this contest, meaning she is double digits in both categories, leading the way with at least 20 points this season.
Okay, he's got a little bit of body position, then a little elbow came up and kind of she ran into that with the back of her head. So hopefully not a concussion situation.
Let's hope not.
But yeah, it doesn't take much when you get hit in the noggin in the right spot.
Believe me.
Like the old days when you got hit with a water balloon right
Well,
in
it's
the
like
forehead.
those old days when you and I played football wearing those leather helmets.
The leather helmet.
Yeah,
right.
those.
No face mask.
No face mask, just leather helmets.
Well,
Kind of like a Three Stooges situation.
Yeah,
Right?
well, Joe and I played hockey with no helmet.
Yeah.
And what was it? Newspapers? On
Yeah,
the shins?
newspapers for shin pads.
We're not that old.
That was the norm. I did start my hockey career before the invention of toques, however.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. I started on steel blades.
Yeah.
And then not long into my youth hockey career, the toque came along, and now you'd be hard-pressed to find yourself a pair of steel blades.
Yeah, well, I started in the good old days where I wore speed skates at the rink.
See, and I started my hockey career on the ice wearing moon boots when I played played broom ball.
Yeah, you were to the moon, too.
Exactly. Don't you remember moon boots?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you would remember moon boots.
But they were really comfy.
Those were my hockey boots.
Yeah.
But yeah, you look at hockey skates today, they are so light and they are so stiff.
I know.
And the boot, when we started, the boot was just flimsy. It didn't.
Yeah, you had a lot.
There was no real protection.
You needed strong ankles.
And not to get hit in the foot.
Oh, yeah, I know. That was brutal.
Good battle along the boards. Coming out of it is Lindquist. A shot. Bernovic has her second top shelf. And I don't know that Sale saw that one through all the traffic.
She did not. Again, good hard work on the forecheck, Howie. Good, nice opportunity to find that player right in the soft spot in the middle of the rink. And North Wright County did not cover the most dangerous person in the high slot.
Yeah, now you're in a tough situation. Obviously, there's still plenty of hockey in front of you. You've got the rest of this period and all the third, but now you're down by 3 goals, and you're clearly being outplayed. And Brnovik with just a beautiful goal there. And so you kind of have to regroup, and they have to figure out what they need to do to get back into it.
Nice screen there too, Joe.
Yeah, I was going to say June may not get a point on that play, but she definitely played a big factor. She took up a lot of room, and when you're that level of player, the opposition knows they have to cover you in front of the net.
Yep.
That makes your screen twice as effective. But she will get an assist on the goal after all.
I like it.
So the big guns all firing for the River City's Blades. 2 goals and an assist at least for Sydney Brnovik. 2 goals and an assist at least for June Semling. And they have a 5-2 lead here, just under 7 minutes to go in period number 2.
A good job. Like you said, you saw Morgan Johnson right there, Howie. She didn't give up on the play. She just chased that North Wright County player down and made her tip that puck up into the crowd, get a whistle. Didn't let her get through the neutral zone.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're playing really good hockey. Obviously, the 10 shots on goal in this period, just 5 for the Hawks. But they're putting pressure on net, and they're playing really good, disciplined hockey.
Heckendorf, a nice toe drag, and then tried to feed Larson, who was joining her on the rush.
Yeah, it was dangerous.
And it slipped past her. Tie up along the boards, and puck caught up underneath somewhere as Avery Anderson was on top of Alexa Larson, who was on top of the puck. They said, let's just go ahead and blow the whistle and try to restart play.
2 points for a takedown, Elliot.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you were inferring. Okay.
It was nonverbal. I know. It's hard to read.
I didn't know we were playing charades, but let me know next time.
I shall.
Tie up on the faceoff. Coming away with it is Piper Peterson. Plays it out to the point. Fluharty trying to get it back to her. She has it at the hash marks. Outnumbered. Swings it down low. Heckendorf trying to come out of the corner. Top of the circles. Walking to the center of the rink. Had it swept away by Tessa Bowden. And Bowden will chip it off the boards and give chase. And she did it. Icing waved off as it just didn't quite have enough. Gains the zone. Solomon is shot. Easton got a stick on the puck at the top of the crease, far side, but not able to get the redirect she needed. Riverhawks send it the length, but not enough on it for icing, and Solomon gets it just below the face-off dot. Long pass ahead. Easton one touch. Gives Bowden a great entry out front, and Sale comes up with a huge save, sliding across the top of the crease to deny the Cardinals senior captain.
Yeah, it's too bad that Tessa couldn't hold that puck to get it to her backhand, but she was being cut off by a defender because she would have been able to tuck that right in on the far side.
Well, the fact that she did get the shot off and you never know what's going to happen if the rebound comes out. But
once again, she gets the corner.
Yep.
And
they use their speed.
She had some time.
Take a breath.
A nice regroup.
Well, and that was something that
Penalty.
Coach Bean talked about, is wanting to see clean breakouts, which they've struggled with.
Yep.
And there you saw it. It was a nice regroup behind, but then the second pass up top left them stranded in their zone. Unfortunately for them, Brnovik, just a reach with the stick ends up in the sin bin.
Yeah, it was wide open. It went D to D to center, but the center didn't handle the puck. It was wide open, but that's been their problem, getting out of their zone, not handling those passes.
A big opportunity for the Hawks here because they need a goal.
Uh-oh. Oh, there's one.
Oh,
right
there's
back.
another one.
Well, all 3 of the River City's penalties have been trips, and actually all 5 penalties now in this contest have been trips.
Well, Larson,
and we're going to play some more 4-on-4, and
Larson didn't have a chance there because it wasn't going to be a 2-on-1 with Semling leading it.
And that's got to be frustrating for Coach Bean. And you get an opportunity for a power play, and just 10 seconds in, all of a sudden now you're playing 4-on-4 again when you're trailing by 3.
And again, that's the problem you have against this team. They're very dangerous, short-handed.
Well, and one of their most dangerous players in a 4-on-4 situation where you got this much ice is on the
sitting in
Pine in the sin bin. Elfin shot blocked by Ringett, recovered by Semling, plays it back to Elfin, top of the circles, trying to get it back to Semling and hit a skate. Elfin to Semling, back up top. Flings it through traffic and it finds the 5-hole, and Callie Elfin has her second of the season.
That was what you'd call a bad goal. But the goaltender, give her credit. She was getting a bad bounce. She wasn't quite set, and she just was not ready to take that puck off her equipment.
Yeah, I mean, now that's huge, because now you're all of a sudden up by 4. As you're going to see here, just the shot directed at the net. It just bounced right between in the 5-hole.
It hit number 3, but she really wasn't set.
And it's been a rough period for North Wright County.
Well, it looked like River City, the Blades were on a power play. It was a 4-on-4, but they were just doing what they wanted to.
Right.
Scoring for the River City's Blades, number 2, Callie Elfin. A single assist.
That's a tough, as a goaltender, that's a tough one to give up, especially when you're trailing.
Semling getting the lone assist. So the 2 top scorers for the Blades feasting on their section rival for the 2nd straight season. Jumping on this one, Piper Peterson. She'll try and race around Swegan. She's taken down. Swegan hits the corner of the glass there. Both players back up and okay, and no calls are going to be made.
Yeah, Kylie did a nice job by taking away time and space over there. That was a nice play.
Easton off the boards. Lila Olson out there. Bowden chips it in. Gives chase. Fluharty gets it behind her own net. Plays it around. Stepping in is Callie Elfin. Elfin flips it toward the net again. It's a solid strategy. You even heard Coach Gutterman talk about it in the first intermission. Got to get pucks to the net and see what happens.
Right.
Bernovic takes the shot. Blocker saved by Sale into the far corner. Semling wins the puck. Solomon can't hold. Semling there to support. Tips it away from Peterson. And now we'll get it back through center into the zone. Semling, top of the circles. Tried to get it to Bernovic, and it handcuffed her a bit. Back the other way is Larson. Alexa Larson into the zone. She'll go wide, get around Solomon. Centers, that's off the skate of Semling. Out to center, and Fitch way back into her own end to recover. 2.5 to play in the second period. 3 goals unanswered in this period. Tollefson dancing through. She gets out front with some sweet moves, but can't tuck it home. And it's held at the line. Shot hit traffic. Tollefson dumps it back in deep. Back behind is Ringett. Ringett around the outside. Her pass taken away by Lindquist. Got it to Easton into the zone, trying to get around Shum, and does. Carries behind. Swings it out to the point. Holding is Olivia Pitson. Tried to get it back to her, but could not. Swept out to center as Swegan. Will carry right back in. As Swegan on the backhand through the top of the crease. Far side, turning with it. Morgan Fitch sends it behind Shum. Ahead for Peterson. Peterson gets it to center. Stopped up there. Larson tries to play it back across. Bounced over Fitch's skate. Taken away by Anna Pitson. Her shot, and she scores. And just like that, the Blades are up by 5.
Wow, you're talking about what a period for the Blades here in period number 2. They're just really solidifying what they want to do here today, and have taken control of this contest.
Anna really did a nice job there. She was able to get to this. Again, you get inside that circle with a good angle, you are able to fire that puck, and she's able to get there, load it up, and it's in the net.
Yeah, she just fired that one past Sale.
And we are hearing the celebration song for the 7th time today, Howie. That's a lot of goals.
It is a lot of goals.
Anna Pitson, a single assist, senior captain, number
But give North Wright County credit. They come right out in the face-off, and they almost get a scoring chance that goes in.
They need something good to happen for them. You know, being outshot now 31-11.
Yeah, I was just going to say being outshot 16 to now 6 in the period, but Blades able to get their shots to pay off at a little higher percentage in this second period. Johnson sends it in deep, and it's sent back over the stick of Maria Peterson, kept in at the line momentarily by Pitson. Ring it at the line, challenged by Oswego, sends it into the corner. And Ringett took a hard hit. She's a little slow to get up in the corner as she collided with Pitson. And back the other way goes Oswego. And they're going to blow the whistle for the downed player.
Yeah, for no checking, sometimes it gets pretty physical in girls hockey. It's a good collision.
Two players battling for the puck. I think it was an angle situation as far as how she went in, tied up with Olivia Pitson.
Yeah, just lost a little balance and ran into the wall a little hard. You could hear the crash up here, and say hopefully just the wind knocked out of her. But as they say, hockey is a rough game.
Well, and I don't know that we've seen Paula Hernandez back since she went out after the collision at the other end of the ice a few minutes ago. Here's a look at it. Two players racing for the puck.
Yeah, position just sealed her off at the wall. Didn't have any body contact. Just kind of ran right into the wall a little bit here.
Just looking at her leg, I don't know if it's how she twisted that
right
leg in against the dasher, and then with
the knee,
the way that she kind of got tied up with Pitson.
Jeremy's looking at that knee. Hopefully it's nothing serious for her.
As always, we hope to not see any player miss any part of their high school sports experience. She's going to have some teammates come out and help her back to the bench.
Yeah, hopefully she'll be okay, because losing Hernandez has not been beneficial to them, because she was having a good game.
Well, both of them have been around the puck an awful lot here this afternoon.
Yep.
Still 17 minutes ahead, but you look at Coach Bean, the concern on her face. He already saw a game against a section rival kind of turned into a blowout over this middle period, but then you lose a couple of your key components. Has to be concerning as well.
Yes, it is, and you just want to get this 41 seconds done and get to the locker room and regroup. But there's no rest as the top units out there for the Blades.
Face off at center, won by North Wright County. Semling battles for the puck and bullies Peterson off of it, but can't gain control. Lindquist looking out front. Shum doing a good job of taking Semling's stick away. Semling pokes it free right to Bernovic. Bernovic trying to walk out front. Lindquist a chance, point blank, and the door is closed by Sale.
Yeah, it doesn't take this line long to make something happen. They get that puck down the other end, and they work it and get those good opportunities. Lindquist had another great chance.
And if you start to pay too much attention to number 17 and number 21, which rightly so you should, number 23 can definitely be dangerous as well. And this is going to be a penalty against North Wright County here in the final 10 seconds as Piper Peterson just got her stick up in the business of Callie Alphen.
And there we go. Well, just what they didn't need. So 9 seconds only, so they'll have come out. Who knows? 9 seconds is enough to win a draw and get the puck in the net.
You can see how close Stripes was to the action there.
Yeah, it almost got in the middle of it. And if they don't get it in the net, they'll have 151 in the third period. But you win a draw, anything can happen.
Well, they scored from center ice just 25 seconds into the period, so 9 seconds is enough if you win the draw, but North Wright County able to secure the puck, play the length of the ice, and that will get us to the buzzer. And what a period for the home team. 4 unanswered goals, and now have scored the last 6 in this contest since they trailed 2-1 midway through that first period.
Yeah, they took the game over here in the second period, that's for sure. And the Hawks have some work to do to try to get back into this one in the third.
Down on their bench with head coach Kaylee Bean is our Howie Shapiro. Howie?
Tough period, especially in that second. Talk about a little bit about what you saw specifically in the second from your squad, and tough to give up that power play situation just to end the period.
Yeah, we don't mind that last situation. We thought our Piper Peterson was hustling and was moving her feet on that one. But yeah, in general, we talked about being disciplined before the game. After the first period, we made some adjustments against their top group. And it did not pay off. And we know if 17 and 21 are on the score sheet a bunch, we're going to be in trouble.
Down by 5 going into the third. What's your most important message to the girls coming back in the third?
Yeah, we'll make some adjustments, maybe see some players in different situations, but I just think our leadership, not quitting. There's a lot of hockey left. We had a tough one in November, and we came back and scored 5 unanswered, so you never know. Weirder things have happened.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the third. The boys and I will be back to break this one down right after this.
Back at the Coon Rapids Ice Center, the Blades have blown this one open, a 4-goal second period, and Jerry, it started less than 30 seconds in. They jammed one home, got their first 2-goal lead of the game, and they just ran away with it after that.
Well, just a lot of pressure you see on the replays. That first one there, and then you got a puck again just off the back wall, out in front, no one covered it, and there's Bernavik on the backhand. See it again, walking in from the middle. Nice pass back to the point area, and there's Bernavik again with a nice wrist shot. Here's Elfin coming up. She fires one, takes a funky bounce. They got a couple nice breaks there, and then here comes Sisson.
Bounces always help, but
they do.
Just sometimes just playing it to the net is what you need to do. I think 4 of their 7 have been top shelf goals, though. So they've definitely has been some skill on display, but they have really opened it up and have an opportunity here in the third period to put the hammer down and put away a section opponent.
I have a question for you, Howie.
How many shots to the house?
32 shots, how many in the house now?
14.
Yep, you're a little low. They had 11 that last period, plus 7, 18.
Oh, so 18. I am low. Actually, was talking to Coach Bean on the way out after our interview, and she said to me, we felt really good after that first period, even though they gave up that goal. Said, but coming out here in the second, things just didn't go our way, which makes it a little difficult for us to dig out, for sure.
Yeah, and it's a really young team for North Wright County, and the things did definitely snowball on them there in the second period. Bernavik gets her first 25 seconds into the period, and they just continued with the relentless pressure. They had the bounces going against them, and then you lose a couple of players to injury, and that just makes it even more difficult. Walking out of the arena, if you look at those 2 players, if they are out for a significant amount of time, that is a much greater loss than whatever the outcome of the contest is for North Wright County.
Oh, for sure, because obviously they're going to need those players going down the stretch. I think Hernandez, maybe another concussion, and she had one before, and so an opportunity, for maybe somebody else to step up, but that's totally unfortunate.
Well, and it's tough when you lose 2 of your starting defense because, you might have a few extra forwards, but defense, you hate to see any of them get injured.
Well, Kendall Ringa was the other is a forward, so but you hate to see any high school athlete, as we always mention, just hate to see any kid miss any part of the high school experience.
When I was down there, I heard her say, "I'll be all right." So hopefully she's going to be able to come back. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, she's been, well, both of those players have been around the puck a lot. And North Wright County able to get it in deep right off the hop, but they've got some work to do on the PK. Longest power play of the game so far for River Cities is only 22 seconds. Pitts in a blast on the one-timer. It's held by Sale for the faceoff.
I love seeing those one-timers. That was a nice shot there. Looked by.
Well, and again, they both have been abbreviated power plays because both times they took penalties in the second period, they automatically brought shorthanded pressure and forced North Wright County to get some stick penalties.
Whoa, flatten out. There you go.
And this is going to be a 5-on-3 as June was tripped up.
Yeah.
And you're digging the hole even deeper.
Well, they usually ring it out there, so she is okay, and that's good to see. I love to see that. But this is exactly how you did not want to start this period if you're the Hawk or one of the Hawks players, coaching staff, or fans. You do not want to give them a 5-on-3 up already 7-2 to start this third period.
A minor penalty has been assessed on the North Wright County.
Alexa Larson has also been around the puck a lot, but again, trying to cause pressure, make it difficult for Assembling, and a chop attempt at the stick ended up catching the knee instead, sending her down, sliding into the boards. I thought maybe they might not call it since they were already on the power play and up 7-2, and they never lost possession of the puck as a team, but it was pretty blatant. So a 5-on-3 opportunity. Brnovic circling, fanned on the pass, stays with it, takes the shot, rebound directed to the corner by Sale, and then a clear attempt, stick-to-stick contact, and it snapped on Shum. She hustles to the boards. Shot blocker saved by Sale. And now we're going to have a penalty called against River Cities in the offensive zone. It's going to be for interference as Kylie Swegan knocked the Riverhawks player to the ice.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that.
You lose
in
that
your
advantage then.
Offensive zone.
No.
Exactly.
Well, you're still up. You're still on a power play.
Yeah. Power play,
well, yeah,
but that
19
5-on-3,
seconds.
you just,
Yep. But that 5-on-3 was
There you
huge.
see it out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
tangled up, a little retaliation, and maybe she went down a little bit easy, perhaps. So both number 9s getting getting penalties just about a minute apart.
Where's Joel Sipper when there's 2 number 9s in the sin bin?
And the goal total in the contest is at number 9.
Number 9.
So first penalty is over, so we'll play some 4-on-4. It was a 4-on-3 power play briefly for River Cities. Now we'll play 4-on-4, and then it'll be about a minute on the power play for North Wright County, barring any other calls. Brnovic gains control, backs out, takes a look, has some room, over to Bowden, tried to give it back to her. Brnovic wasn't expecting it. Takes it off the board. Bowden steps around a stick check. She's tripped up. Puck comes free to Semling. Semling caught an edge. Topik. Brnovic knocked off of it. Able to play it in deep.
The ice is particularly slippery.
It's a lot of sticks slapping away at people here.
Pass attempt taken away by Ringett. She plays it all the way down. That'll be icing. It is the short power play for North Wright County.
Yeah, still 42 seconds for them to get it together and get it down into the blade end and see what they can do.
4 shots on the power play for River Cities. Only 1 on the 5-on-3. And that one came from a ways out, but clearly they can salt this one away as they're up 5. Unlikely they will give that up. There's a chance off the boards for Alexa Larson and nearly put it into a wide open net. Bring it top of the circles through traffic, and that's deflected up and out of play off the stick of Charlotte Heckendorf right on the doorstep. Nearly knocked it out of the glove of Elin Bernovic.
Yeah, just 7 seconds left on the power play.
No, Wright County giving a little bit of effort here, Howie.
Well, they'll see that that did get through on goal.
Trouble.
Bernovic, Semling racing to the other end. Knocked off it as she entered. Penalty to Oswego is over. Sent back in by River Cities. Shum behind her own net, pressured there by Lindquist. Lindquist jumps on the loose puck at the hash marks, dances away from Peterson, and has it poked free by Larson. Recovered in the corner by Thompson, played out to the, or Johnson rather, played out to the point, hopped over a stick all the way down. Bernovic plays it off the boards. Alford cross ice out of the reach of Lindquist. Jumping on it is Johnson. Johnson ridden off at far side by Sobreski. Played to the line, good hold. Solid play to the net by Grace Spa, and then it was kind of bobbled a little bit. Spa
A dangerous rebound.
battling again just outside the blue line. Icing waved off as that was touched going through neutral. Bodies hitting the ice some more. Oswego locks up along the far boards, able to win it and play it back into the corner. Bowden comes out, she'll drop it off. Played in behind, sent along by Brummer. Oswego fanned on the attempt, looking to one-time it toward the net. Played out by Julia Deshane. Back to the line, turned around again by Fitch. Right back out is Oswego. Fitch at the blue line. Pitchforks it up and over and out of play.
Yeah, that's a interesting minute of hockey there. Lucky fan threw the puck back out.
Yeah, he didn't get any popcorn for it.
Oh.
I think that same guy, maybe that played the one out before, he's owed two bags of popcorn.
Yeah. Or a hot dog.
Maybe that's it. He's saving up.
Oh, yeah.
You get three bucks, it's a hot dog.
Hot dog. Okay.
Tessa Bowden with speed through center. Into the offensive zone. Gets it right back after it was knocked off her stick. She's tripped up along the far boards. Blaine able to get it out to and back down into the River City's end. Swept around by Solomon. Vincent let it get past her. Shum will jam it back into the corner.
There's one thing I'd like to see these forwards do more. Instead of skating that puck around the net and then skating up to the point, when you start making the turn, move the puck up to the point. That way the point will be open.
Play out front and a one-time opportunity shut down by Elin Bernovic. Tollefson on the doorstep looking for her second of the game. And that is probably the best scoring chance of the game since her goal back in the first period.
Absolutely, and that puck coming hard off the boards.
No, it's a good thing you
Bernovic
didn't
just
hit the open net.
covering it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of net for her.
Yep.
Careful.
Looked like she was firing it wide. Tollefson another chance. Hit her in the head and a rebound chance. Bounced off the crossbar. Good job tying up sticks. Unable to get it out of the zone was Bernovic. Here's Tollefson. She's on a mission on this shift. She'll dump it in deep. Overskated by Alphen. Comes back to it. Now sends it up. But that's just feeding their point. Their shot all the way in on Bernovic because she says, let's slow down here, ladies.
Well, one of the problems you have, Howie, when you're up 7-2, you might lose a little of your intensity.
I
But the
understand.
team in the white has gained some intensity.
No, they have because, well, with nothing to lose at this point, obviously down 5. They just want to play hard and see if they can at least get some tallies here in period number 3.
Yeah, and
Quick
show 'em.
shot off the side of the cage. Larson able to win the puck out of the corner, top of the circle. Out to Fluharty. Her shot was blocked into the corner. That pass attempt hit Lindquist in the back of the skates. Lindquist races in, down the right wing, stops up in the corner.
Nice.
Cross ice, Brnovic waits, shoots, glove save by Sale. Semling wins it back, played it out to the point, and hopped over a stick out to center. Now she's got it right back, looking to get it back to Brnovic in the slot. That was broken up. Stepping in is Becca Shortridge. As some more girls deeper on the roster getting an opportunity to play against a section rival with a 5-goal lead in the third period.
Yeah, it's always nice to be able to get some of those players in that may not see a lot of time at the varsity level, get some minutes in, opportunity to see what they can do when you're up by 5 goals.
Right, and then, let your horses rest a little bit more by not grinding them out.
So Sydney Brnovic as a senior, they could see each other in the playoffs again, obviously, as their section rivals. But in 4 contests with North Wright County in her high school career, she has 6 goals and at least 3 assists. I did not do the assist count all the way through.
Yeah, she's been a force.
So that's
They'll be happy to see her leave.
Yes,
yeah, that's
will.
definitely been a thorn in the side of North Wright County over the last 4 seasons. In the last 4 meetings.
Well, she's a very good player.
Yeah, these when Riverhawks came into the section, they meet them, and I believe was the first time the Champlain Park Coon Rapids Co-op had won a playoff game, and it was a 1-0 game against Riverhawks. And what a save with the glove by Sale, point blank on Bowden.
Yeah, how'd she make that one? Boy, Tess has had good opportunities today. She's just not able to find the back of the net, Howie.
Yeah, actually, Tessa's been playing. I think Pitson wasn't that shot by Pitson. I may have missed it, but nonetheless, Tessa Bowden has played really tough here, really hard this afternoon.
Yeah. I like this line. They played well today. That's good. Keep the pressure on. That's always good to see that.
Well, and we've seen that a lot. Throughout the contest, both ends of the ice and in the neutral zone, just swarming to the puck. A lot of good support. Tessa Bowden comes in and gets the puck in support there, just as we're talking about it. And then Easton in overlap comes in and gets yet another loose puck as they got tied up down low. Bringing extra bodies usually pays off, as long as you also stay behind the last opposing player.
Yes.
Cross ice pass taken away by Easton, trying to pop around Piper Peterson. Peterson pops at it. Alexa Larson has a chance. Held along the line there by Solomon. Larson will play it behind Shum. Out of the near corner, we'll just flip it out. Heckendorf trying to catch it on the run through the neutral zone. Springer for a breakaway instead. It's icing, but it allows the Riverhawks to get some fresh legs on the ice.
Well, that was a good idea. I think that would have been a nice thing for them to try a few more times earlier to take care of some of that pressure. Spring it forward, try to loosen that forecheck up.
Well, very rarely has a defender had the puck with that much room to get her head up in the offensive or in the defensive end.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
Because of the forecheck from the blades. But Heckendorf has been impressive. As again, when you consider just a sophomore, she does a lot of things nice and checks a lot of the boxes for a player that will be dangerous for years to come. This one bounces free, and Brnovic able to scramble to a little snow angel in the crease and cover it up.
Well,
there's a lot of empty net.
I see what the goaltending coach is going to be able to do for a little bit of practice for Brnovic and handling that puck off that back wall and make sure you stay in your net. Try to stay on your feet. Once you're on your side, it's swimming time.
Does make it more difficult to gain control. Brnovic had that pass just out of her reach. Hawks turn it back into the Blades end. Alphen circles with it, takes a look. Back near side. Brnovic was tied up. Chopped off the boards by Rowan. Blades able to maintain the zone. Brnovic looking. Her pass broken up. Tollefson got a stick on it. Semling recovers out to the point. Played across. Here's Alphen. Into the top of the slot. Backhand jams by Semling. Sticked away by Sale. Fired around by the Hawks. There to hold is Grace Spa. Plays it across. Off the Karam. The shot by Semling. Deflected up and over the net by Ringett. With a name like Ringett, she was kind of made for the ice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, the old game of Ringett. Well, they used to push the old donut on a stick.
Yeah, and that's is obviously
Used to be-
it has gone the way of the dodo, essentially.
Used to be girls hockey,
That's-
really. It was,
Did you say
Correct.
donut? Did you say donut?
yeah, it was like a donut on the ice.
It was a
little
ringette,
stick,
yeah.
It was a little ring. Yeah.
All right. Not familiar.
Yeah, it was essentially hockey, but they made it. It's a non-contact game, obviously. You play with a ring, and the object is very similar, and it essentially gave girls the opportunity to play on the ice of games similar to hockey.
Yeah,
right.
And as I mentioned, it's kind of gone the way of the dodo as girls hockey has risen, and hopefully will continue to rise in popularity along with hockey itself. I know both sides struggle with some numbers, and
Yeah, it's holding its own. At least it's still going. That's the key.
that one deflected off the linesman out to center. Leads to a race. Oswego will get there first, just in front of Olivia Bain. Good pressure from this fourth line of North Wright County, keeping them bottled up a little bit. These are girls, too, that getting an opportunity because the game is so one-sided. An opportunity and a save for Brnovic. Bain had that one pop to her, had some empty net to look at, but Brnovic took it away with a glove hand.
Yeah, that came in quickly, and Brnovic did a nice job of making sure she gloved it.
Yeah, that was a good save. You see on the replay, it pops out. There's another opportunity, and yep,
Yep.
she squared
Here
up
it
and
is.
had her glove available and ready to catch.
Lexa Larson able to win the puck back, but now knocked away from her out to center ice. Fitch chips it back in. Solomon, first one there for the Blades. She's chased behind the net. Heckendorf comes away with the puck. Heckendorf on her backhand, tried to leave it for Fitch, taken away by Bowden. Bowden in on a breakaway. Alone to the backhand and a goal!
I'm happy for Tessa. She's played so hard here today to be able to get that goal. Just a beautiful job on the breakaway and go to the
And
backhand.
she went to the backhand.
And she
Oh,
did.
Yeah, how about that?
I like
That's
it.
Right. That's right. Got the goalie to commit, and then, yeah, wide open net, tuck it in. Nice move.
And that will put us to 6 goals, and once the puck is dropped, it'll go running time for the final 4:39, unless the Riverhawks can find the back of the net.
Got her to commit, went down, and yep, that was done. Well, the Riverhawks have played a good period up to that
They have,
point. Just a
actually.
bad break.
Number 11, Tessa Bowman, unassisted.
Yeah, Tessa's scored in each of the last 2 games we've been at.
Oh, there you go.
12:21 of the third period.
Yeah, we'll have to see how she does without you around because we
Both
won't
of her,
be
both of her
broadcasting
goals
for a
this
while.
season
Yep.
have come on CTN.
Okay.
Face-off win. Alphen sends it down and around. Pitson trying to dig it off the end boards. Got it to Bowden. Bowden takes a look out to the point. We'll circle and send it across for Alphen. A shot deflected out front. Pitson right on the doorstep. Well deflected and just waiting for a rebound that would not come.
Yeah, good job. Pitson got her body right between the goalie and the shooter and screened her and got a tip.
And Anna's just a sophomore, so good news for the
Yeah.
future of their program. Tie up, a couple of bodies going into the boards. That was Tollefson and Bowden, both able to pop back up with numbers, but that one bounces off of the stick of Pitson into the zone. First one there is Addison Rowan. She plays it around. Tollefson takes it off the boards. Her pass skipped away from Lawrence and is sent right back in. Shum behind her own net. Pass nearly taken away by Bowden. Tollefson chipped it off the boards. Ringett was looking the other way. Semling back at her own end. Gives it to Oswego and waits for it. Bowden tipping it, looking for Semling. Easton trying to get it back to her. It was deflected by the defender and ends up in deep. Semling pressuring on the puck there. Will win it and come out of the corner. Plays it across the shot. For Shea Ness was blocked into the corner. Ness with it again, trying to center. That was broken up. Then another turnover. Bernovic trying to dig it free. Ness had an opportunity, and that puck bounced off over the stick of Bernovic. Tried to swing it a one-timer. Bernovic and Ness collide out near the blue line. Get it out of the zone, and Piper Peterson disrupted by the poke check. Right back on the attack, Becca Shortridge. So regain, try to play it out front. That was denied. Brummer looks up ice. Her pass deflected. That got out just ahead of Avery Anderson, poking it back in. And that will be icing as they tried to get it to Heckendorf, and she was bumped off just as they got near. And after a first period that went back and forth, and it looked like North Wright County was really going to battle with them to the end. In the last two periods, it has been all River Cities. Give North Wright County some credit. They did have some good opportunities at the first part of this third period. But over the last handful of minutes, River Cities has, again, taken control, kept the puck down in their offensive end, and just limited the time of possession for North Wright County as we get down to the final minute of play.
In the third period.
Yeah, I mean, these second and third periods.
A chance and a goal for Kelly Elfin. Her second of the game will make it 9-2. Again, just
upstairs again.
Came in, took away a pass, and put it upstairs. I didn't even see when they put put Ellie Dwindle in the net.
Yeah, they did make that change. I wasn't so sure. I did see the different number in net, but
Turnover and
just
another,
a great goal.
Yep, right up on the upstairs.
Yep.
Up over the blocker.
Well, she knew that her first one tonight was kind of fluky, so she wanted to show she can be a goal scorer. Oh, and they just give one right back. That was on a tee for Kendall Ringett and into a wide open net. She had puck come to her stick, and she looked up, and there was 24 gaping square feet.
There goes the
net.
buzzer. Yeah, just in time at the end of the buzzer.
Yeah, you know, in the scheme of things, it doesn't mean anything, but you hate to give up a goal like that at the end of this game, obviously. But
well, you got to apologize to your goaltender because it's going to hurt her saves percentage and her goals against.
Yeah, exactly. But overall, when you score 9 goals and have 48 shots,
if
19,
you're averaging
that's a pretty good effort.
Coach has to be pretty happy with averaging 16 shots a period. You know, they have to. He's got to be pretty happy with that output.
The key is they got him in because I think they had almost about the same amount of shots against Roseville, but lost the game.
But exactly.
But 9 goals, pretty hard to lose a game.
Oh, and you better not.
You don't often lose when you score 9.
No.
But the thing they didn't do here was lose composure and take a bunch of penalties as they did against Roseville. That was very costly, especially in that third period. And I'm sure that Roseville Matabidi looks at that as one they may have stolen a little bit and know that they don't want a rematch in the playoffs. I don't know that anybody in this section is going to want to see River Cities in the playoffs.
Not with what they can do. Certainly light the lamp quite a bit, and nobody wants to see that. But whoever gets a chance, they have an opportunity to get past them. But I think that would be fun to see Spring Lake Park, Centennial, River City Blades rematch, obviously.
Yeah, it would be. But got to get there first.
Absolutely.
What would be even more exciting is to see the first ever River City's team, as it's year one.
Yep.
But in the history of the co-op, a trip to the state tournament.
That would be fun.
This is a team, I think, that has the ability to do it, especially if the top line is going to contribute absolutely. If they can get that second line and maybe a little bit of contribution from the third line, they can be very dangerous. And they showed they can play right with the best teams in the state. They've got some more tests, though. They've got Minnetonka on the road next Saturday. But here's what we have for you. Swimming and diving against the Blaine Bengals on Thursday. That starts at 6 o'clock. The boys hockey team takes on the Jefferson Jaguars right here on another matinee affair next Saturday.
Yeah.
And then we'll see the boys basketball team against the Burnsville Blaze on Monday, the 22nd. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, River City's 9, North Wright County 3. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Jerry Grant and Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young saying good night.